Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Julia and I'm here today with another video for you. Today we're going to be having a look at another deck, and this one is called Awakening Far Memory, and this was bought for me. This was a gift, and this is really the first chance that I've had to sit down and have a good look at it, so I'm looking forward to doing that today. I don't know whether any of you saw my other video a few weeks ago when I had a look at these cards, which are called Past Life Revealed cards by John Richardson's. I was so impressed by these cards actually, and so was my friend, that he had a look to see what else was around, and he bought me these. So and I have to say, this is just lovely, really, this box. It all feels quite sort of old-fashioned and quite sturdy, and not like a sort of little fragile tuck box that a lot of the cards come in. This is not a deck of tarot cards, this is an oracle deck, and I think there's 61 cards in this deck, and they are all past lives orientated, so they will look at who you were, what you might have done, where you might have lived, how you might have died, all sorts of things really. So yeah, anyway, have a look at the front of the book, the front of the box, there we go. Awakening Far Memory, and this is the back of the box. And this is by Germer Publishers from Cyprus at reincarnationcards.com, and I think my friend found these on Amazon. I think he had to do some searching, but they do come from Amazon, and I'll just read you a little bit from the back of the box here. Reincarnation is a phenomena that I'm getting my words all mixed up today. Reincarnation is a phenomena that fascinates everyone. What is it that incarnates? What is the soul? Do we have the same personality from life to life, the same sex, or indeed, alternatively, any sex at all? Answers to these questions and more are now about to become accessible to you. And then there's a quote here from somebody called Stanley Krippner, who's a PhD professor of psychology at Saybrook Graduate School in San Francisco. And he says, numerous anecdotal reports exist from people who have glimpsed events and activities that occurred before they were born. Whether these glimpses represent past life memories, archetypes of the psyche, or metaphors of current life activities, they can be linked with and evoked by reincarnation cards. What the authors call for is a fresh look at consciousness, the pattern of awareness, intention and reflection that permeates the cosmos. This stunning consciousness expanding work. And as I said, that's by Stanley Krippner, this quote. So the authors of this deck, and the lovely book that comes with it actually, is John Knowles, M.A., and Linda LeBlanc. I'm terrible at names. So it's John Knowles, M.A., and Linda LeBlanc. Believe the time has come for a wider perspective on the implications of reincarnational phenomena and what such experiences can tell us about who we are. So this consists of a quality hardcover book and 61 beautifully illustrated full-colour cards, carefully designed to evoke intuitive responses. So, there we go. So let's have a look inside this box here. And I said it is a beautiful hardcover book actually. I mean, the book Look at this, look. How often do you with a deck of cards get a hard cover, old-fashioned, proper type book? Not very often. It really is lovely actually. The paper is thick. It's got a kind of old-fashioned feel to it. This deck actually is copyrighted for 2007. So this deck has been around a while. I think the other cards I showed you, these past live reveal cards, the copyright on those is 2019. So these have been around a while. The people, the authors of this book and this deck live in Paphos in Cyprus. And what else do I want to tell you? There's lots and lots of, just lots and lots of stuff here. There's a little quote here I quite like. I should not wonder, indeed, if Euripides is right when he says, who knoweth is to live, is to be dead. Who knoweth if to live is to be dead, and to be dead is to live. And one might wonder if we are all already dead, and that the body is our tomb. I've wondered such things in my time, to be honest. So there's a lot here of acknowledgements, people that have inspired these cards, people who have inspired this work. There's a really comprehensive table of contents here. There's a foreword by Stanley Krippner, PhD here. He says the literary market is replete with tarot and other card sets of various kinds, designed to tell fortunes or to entertain or to assist users in some sense, to accelerate their spiritual or psychological development. Given the number and variety of such sets, coupled with the popularity of the subject of reincarnation, it is surprising that nothing quite comparable to these reincarnation cards has ever been attempted. So, there's just lots and lots of information here. I'd be here all day if I was to read out a lot of what he's written here. Mainly talking about where his inspiration has come from to develop this deck. He talks about Plato, what else here? All kinds of religious philosophies, lots and lots of metaphysical subjects in general. There's a lovely introduction here where they go on. They also give some evidence here as to the subject of reincarnation actually. It says the most recent pioneering scientific research clearly indicates that the reincarnation experience is a fact. Talks about some research that's been done. Talks a little bit about physics here. Talks about people like Schrödinger, Einstein, Eddington, all sorts of scientists really that have looked at these things. And I'm sorry, I realise I did not pronounce Schrödinger. This is the chap with the cats, isn't it? Schrödinger's cats. But I'm sure I've still pronounced that badly. I know who he is. But as I said, I'm terrible at pronouncing foreign words, names. What else have we got here? The illusion of change. what have we got here? Anything that comes into existence at one moment of time must go out of existence at another moment of time. Everything is constantly changing. Nothing remains the same for 2 consecutive instants. Obviously, contrary to common opinion, there is no fixed material reality. So he then gets into physics again here, about every atom, every subatomic particle of matter. The sort of illusionary aspects of our lives. There's lots of references here. They talk about benefits of using these cards. There's a caution here about how to use them. There's another chapter on human origins. Where actually they're talking a great deal about our very, very distant past. They're looking at Darwin, about the Big Bang Theory, about creation. They're looking at ancient history, Egyptian ancient history, Greek ancient history. There's a chapter here on how to use the cards. Yeah. Sorry, I appreciate I'm going quiet quite a lot, but there's just tons of information in this book. There's 8 steps here to use these cards. They really very much recommend using a diary or a journal or a notebook to make note of any evoked intuitions, first impressions, to sort of track your progress with these cards. Yeah. They recommend the use of a pendulum with these cards, actually. And then there's lots and lots of information about the cards themselves, the structure of the card set. I think we've got occupation here are white, cultures lapis blue, the environment green, the theme red, and the termination purple. And these things also have a symbol and so many cards. So there's different categories. For instance, in the white cards, in the occupation, we've got government, law, military, health, education, agriculture, artist, builder, trader, labourer, beggar, courtesan, mother, and religion. We've got different cultures, different environments like deserts, forests, mountains, cities, towns, themes. And then each one of the cards has got a full page with a picture explaining what the authors mean by these cards. So there's tons and tons of information here, actually. And what else have we got at the back of the book? So at the end we've got a chapter called The Secret, which is about your soul, it would appear. What is the soul? They're talking about the soul here. There's an afterword. And there's a glossary, a very, very thorough glossary. There's a selected bibliography, which has got tons and tons of lovely books, actually, some of which I recognise. Yeah, and that's about, yeah, what else have we got at the back? Resources list for further research. And just a little page about the authors as well. So there we go, that's the book. I wish I could do it a bit more justice here in this video, but as I said, I would be here all day trying to give you... This is a book that needs to be read. With a lot of oracle cards that I've bought in the past or I've had in the past, you don't need to rely on the book that much, but I think with this deck it's absolutely vital actually. So this deck comes with a little card here about ordering information and their website, which is reincarnationcards.com, and then the cards are in the box as so. Let's get them out. So, as I said, they're all different colours. We've got these bluey purple ones, we've got red cards, we've got green cards, and more blue cards, and then these kind of beigey coloured cards. So let's just have a quick look through them. I'll show you some of them. I think they are quite intuitive actually, the images on these cards. I do like them. They're nice card stock as well. They feel quite substantial. So these are all occupations really. These are all things that may have come up in your past life. If you believe in reincarnation, you might well believe that we reincarnate over and over again, and that we've lived multiple lives in the past. I think when we do this kind of work, what we're looking for often is we're trying to focus in on a past life that might be particularly affecting this life. Something that has become a pattern, something that has been a sort of theme throughout our life, something that we might have struggled with, or something that we might be particularly good at. I think looking at past lives and reincarnation can help us to make sense actually of some of the things that are going on for us right now. So these are time periods that we're now looking at here. Oops, it's stuck. And we've also got places. We've got Mesopotamia there, Egypt, Greece, Rome, the Dark Ages, Celtic, the Renaissance, Islamic, Southeast Asia, China and Japan, Asia and Tibet, Central America, South America, Indigenous tribal, alien. And then we've got these green cards here, which are places, environments. So we've got desert, forest. We've got the mountain. I shall show you all of these cards actually. They are such nice cards. A little town there. City. The seaside, the marine. The seashore. Abundance. So these are themes, I think, aren't they, of your life? Growth. Justice. Oops. Stability or instability. Love or love and indifference. Power. Creativity or destructiveness. These cards all seem to have a light and a dark attribute, don't they? Like many of the other cards that we use. Well, it's life, isn't it? Life is light and shade. Freedom and servitude. Greed or generosity. Betrayal. Fear. So these are terminations, so these are endings. This is how you might have died, I guess, isn't it? This is a peaceful death. This is by water, drowning. Oh dear. By fire. During a war. By suicide. Blimey, these are quite dark, aren't they? Being attacked. Having an accident. Disease. Some kind of catastrophe or cataclysm. And the last one, starvation. Blimey, they are quite difficult cards to look at in some ways, some of these, aren't they? I would imagine that this is something that most of us have faced in our past lives and even in our current lives, actually, at times. So there we go. These are the cards. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to use them just yet. I would obviously love to use them in a reading, in a video on YouTube for you, lovely viewers. But I do wonder if with these reincarnation cards, whether I should use them myself to start off with, whether I should do some kind of some work on myself with them first, really, just to get my head around them and to get my intuition flowing with them, I guess, because this is not something that can be taken lightly. This is not a joke, is it? This is not, you know, this is serious stuff. This could be quite triggering for people, actually. So this is not something to take lightly. So I shall have to have a think about how I might be able to use my past life cards in some tarot readings. Perhaps it might be nice to do a pick a card reading with using some of these reincarnation cards with my other oracle and tarot cards. That might be something to do. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed having a little look at these decks. I've not seen anybody else on YouTube give a review or an impressions video about them. So as I said, I'm not quite sure how they will fit into my practice or into my videos, but they're wonderful cards, and when I have time I look forward to getting to know them some more. But anyway, thanks very much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed that and you found that useful, and I hope that you're all well and that you're looking after yourselves, and I shall see you again soon. Thank you.